Hello, in this video I will show you how to start with Straton software. When you open the workbench, the following start page is displayed, where you can find the PDF tutorial Getting Started with Straton, some demo projects, a shortcut to create a new project, and the recent projects you have worked on. We will now create a new project by clicking on Create New Project. In the pop-up we choose to create a project. We choose its destination folder, its name. I will call it my demo project. Then click on Next. We can now choose the programming language of the first created program. Here, the languages of the IEC 61131 are available, and we will here keep the FBD function block diagram language. I can also set the communication parameter or choose to change them later. Then click on Next. Here I can choose to add a field bus configuration or not. We can add them later. Click on Finish. So now our project is created. On the left side I can see the project tree with the programs and other links to other parts of the project, such as the variables, dictionary, or the types. To edit a program, we double-click on its name to open it. On the right side here, there is the variable dictionary of the available variables for this program. There is also here a list of blocks. To add a block, select it and then drag and drop it in the program window. For example, here I added the end block. As the variables are not specified yet, they are filled with question marks. Double-click on the variable, choose a name for it, and then press Enter. Then a new pop-up opens for the declaration of this variable. Select its type and where it has to be declared. In FBD language, Straton recognizes the expected type of the block variables, and so the type here is correct. Yes. Then declare the other variables. The output. Yes. The variables are now visible here on my variable dictionary on the right. If I want to add another program, then in the project tree I right-click on the programs, insert new program. I choose a name, my program, for example. Choose also its programming language. We'll keep the FBD. OK. And then my new program is created. Then I build the project by clicking on this build icon. I can see here in the output window that no error is detected. Then I start the simulation. Start. I see that my simulation is running here, and I can change the values of the input by double-clicking on the input, select True, or just by selecting the input and pressing the spacebar. Then I see here my output has changed. OK, I stop the simulation. If I want to run the project on a target, I have to set the communication settings. So I double-click here on the bottom bar. I enter here the IP address of the target where the runtime is running. In my case, it is running on a Raspberry Pi. So I enter the IP address of my Raspberry Pi, its port number, then OK, OK, and then I go online with this icon here. On the left, the icons on the right here, I can choose to stop the application. I can also change the cycle time of my application. Then I go offline. Now we will add a field bus configuration. On the project tree, I right click here. On shortcuts, I add the FieldBus configuration, double click on it to open it. Then I click on the icon Insert Configuration. There are many configurations available. In our example, we'll take a Modbus master. Okay. Then the next icon is unlocked. I can insert a port. Okay. The next one is also now unlocked. And I can insert variables. I can choose, for example, to add 8 items here and to declare automatically the variables. Okay. So now my FieldBus configuration is created. I rebuilt my project. Still no errors. In the Tools menu, I can change some options. For example, one that can be useful is the Track Changes option, if I want to see the modification. I can also change the program settings. Here I can find the communication parameters, the cycle time of my application, the version of my application, and some other settings. If you need documentation, you can press the F1 key wherever you are in Straton and it opens the documentation at the right topic. For example, here if I click on the end blocks, click on the F1 key, then the documentation is open at the correct topic. Or you can access it by clicking on Help, then Search, and here you have the complete summary of the help. There are also some tutorials available by clicking on Help Tutorials, and then here many PDF tutorials on the protocols, the tools, and other parts of Straton. Here you can find Getting Started with Straton. So that was it for a small introduction to Straton. I hope it was helpful, and thank you for watching.